So what are we doing today?
We're gonna be making some mofongo, and we're doing a skirt steak mofongo, so mofongo de churrasco. And we're also frying some empanadillas.
All right, let's get to it, I guess.
All right. My name is Victoria Martinez, and I have the food truck called Buena Compañia Empanadilla. We're located inside Charleston, South Carolina. We do Puerto Rican street eats and empanadas, so we have a pretty decent sized menu. We have like 8 different empanadas to choose from. We offer 4 different kinds of mofongo. We do a shrimp and a classic Creole style sauce. We do a skirt steak mofongo with caramelized peppers and onions, mushrooms and tomatoes, with chimichurri on top. We also do little pickled red onions on top. That gets topped on all of the mofongo that we have. We do our pernil mofongo, which is the slowly roasted pulled pork, and we also have a vegan mofongo for vegetarians, vegans, everybody who wants to have that kind of option. And we opened September 2nd, 2022 at Odyssey Bottle Shop on James Island.
So you're coming up on 2 years this fall.
Yeah, we are. 2 years. And
you're still loving it?
I feel like I love it a lot more now than I did at the beginning because the first year is like when I made it to that first year mark, the relief that I felt was insane because I was like, all right, cool. I'm not going to be in the statistic of like within that first year, you know, like however many businesses or restaurants or food trucks go out of business just from not making it or being able to make it through that first year. So yeah, almost to year 2.
So what are we doing today?
We're gonna be making some mofongo, and we're doing a skirt steak mofongo, so mofongo de churrasco. And we're also frying some empanadillas. We're a Puerto Rican business, and we're here in Charleston, and we're awesome, yeah. So.
All right, let's get to it, I guess.
All right, cool. Well, in that case, right now we're just waiting on the oil to get hot.
Okay.
So.
The chupacabra.
Huh?
They said it's the chupacabra.
Chupacabra, oh my god. When I was younger, we had this like old VHS tape it was about the chupacabra.
Yeah.
And it was like, I just remember the front cover of it was like the chupacabra with red, just beady eyes, and like me and my brother would watch it because it was like supposed to be scary or whatever, but no, it was chill. Yeah, so we're just waiting for the oil to get hot, and I'm gonna go grab some empanadas. I got 3 different empanadas for us to try.
Okay.
Yeah, this one is actually the carne papas empanada. It's gonna be very nice once it's all cooked and stuff, when you get to see what's inside. But this bad boy is what got me to open the business in the first place. I actually got injured while I was at work by what I call a very conveniently located wet spot. That actually really sucked. But during that time, when I was on workers' comp, I went from working 80 hours a week to working nothing. So I got kind of crazy, and I started writing my business plan, which was originally a coffee shop concept. And then we switched from Good Company Coffee Lounge to Buena Compañia Empanadilla. So that's where the Good Company part of it comes from. But I made these carne papas empanadas all from scratch. I was so bored, had my dog with me. We were just chilling. Started making some picadillo, started making the dough for it, rolled it out by hand, and they were fire. So I took a bite, and me and my roommates all had one, and we were like, all right, well, I could probably sell these. So then, you know, now we're here with a food truck in Charleston, which is insane. And I'm on a boat making food right now, which is crazy. But yeah, so this is the baby. This is the carne papas empanada. You know, it's the fan favorite one. I cannot take it off the menu. So many people have asked me never to do that. And I proposed it as an option one time, and everybody on Instagram went freaking nuts, and they did not. This one is our veggie empanada. So it actually has caramelized peppers and onions in it. We have some mozzarella cheese, some roasted garlic, and some tomatoes in here as well. And so basically, we rotate out our vegetarian option for the empanada every week. because I'd like to keep it as an option where it's something that vegetarians don't have to come back or vegans don't have to come back and get the same thing every single time. So it keeps it fresh for them, keeps it fresh for people who even are like the meat eaters because they're fire. But yeah, so this one gets topped with a little bit of chimichurri once it gets all nice and crispy and bubbly on the outside. And then this one is also like a creation of my own. This one is our guava barbecue empanada. So basically, we take our Puerto Rican style pulled pork, the pernil. It's slowly roasted for 12 hours, and then we pull it the next day. Mix it with a little bit of house-made guava barbecue sauce, and it has caramelized peppers and onions in it as well. So it's like a little sweet, a little savory.
I don't know if the viewers caught it,
Yeah.
but can you show them how you know the three apart?
Okay, so for me, I know typically on the food truck, it's a secret, all right? So I used to do them all by hand. I used to do them all like this. This is the braid fold. Call this the sun fold. We do like, it looks like a little sunshine, you know, like how you used to draw them when you were like a kid or whatever at the beach. So I actually do empanada classes where I teach people to do like different folds and stuff. At the beginning, I had to do it all by hand, and eventually I got this really sick empanada press. So at the beginning, I was able to tell which one's which by the different folds, which took way too much time. And now I have a press where if you look, like all of them will look like this, so they're consistent. But there's a little letter B on the corner there. And so B for beef, CH for chicken, P for pernil.
So I was wrong. I thought it was the fold.
Well, at the beginning it was like that, but you know, I have carpal tunnel at such a young age, and I'd like to make sure it doesn't get any worse. So
Gotcha.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so fire oil's still getting nice and hot. So while that's going, I'm gonna go ahead and set up a little paper plate like I'm doing it at home.
Okay.
Little catcher for the empanadas, you know. I love a black plate.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's there, and I'm gonna go grab a couple toppings for the empanadas. So this is that guava barbecue sauce I was telling you about.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Smells awesome.
Oh man.
Yeah, so it's basic. I start with a little bit of onions, and I sweat the onions out like super low, super slow until they're basically like translucent. I then take that and I mix it with a little bit of our guava paste, and let that all come to like kind of like a homogeneous. After the onions, the guava paste, we start building the barbecue sauce. Where I'm from in North Carolina, so both of my parents are from Puerto Rico, and I was born in Greensboro, North Carolina. So basically, in North Carolina, there's like a huge split of like barbecue sauce, like, and it's right at the Lexington line, which is very close to like High Point, North Carolina, which is where I grew up. And people really be beefing out there for their barbecue, and it's either ketchup or it's mustard. And I'm a ketchup bitch, all right? I gotta say that. I am ketchup, 100%. So we start building that ketchup-based barbecue sauce, and it has a little bit of Worcestershire. I put a little bit of cumin, has some adobo. I also, let's see, what else do I throw in here? I already said Worcestershire, some brown sugar. So it's like sweeter for sure. Yeah. But with the saltiness of the pernil, when it's all mixed together in that empanada, is just incredible. Like, who doesn't want a sweet and salty? Like, I'm that person. Also, do you like my pink gloves?
Love your pink gloves.
I love the pink gloves. Every box they donate a little to breast cancer.
Really?
Yeah, so that's part of the reason I got it. My stepmom, she survived breast cancer, and my aunt right now, she's going to survive it as well. So, yeah, it's dope. I think that the oil's looking like it's getting to be pretty ready. I'm sure that you people know when oil's looking like it's ready, it kind of just starts to move like water instead of moving like oil. We're going to go in with the guava barbecue one first. All right, there we go. Oh, yeah. And I don't personally want it to get stuck on the bottom like that whenever you're pan frying and stuff. So I'm just going to give it a little gentle nudge so it makes that little barrier between the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and drop the beef one in there too.
You want to use this instead of yours as far as from here? Have you ever played with one of these?
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll mess around with that. These are my little induction burner pans I have on the food truck. We got barbecues cooking. Woo! It is very pretty. Look at that golden brown deliciousness. So we're doing these first, little voice crack. I'm doing these first so that we can snack while we're waiting on that mofongo, because if you know mofongo, it takes a little bit of extra time to make. Typically, you know when they're done, when they start floating. But, I mean, obviously this one's done, it's floating. However, I don't like the way that it looks like that. I'm a very nice, even golden brown, crisp. Look at them little bubbles.
That's like delicious.
Drip too hard, don't stand too close, you gon' around and drown. Off this way, doing all these shows. I've been on the road, I don't care where I go, as long as I get paid. Bad little vibe, she been on my mind, soon as I get.
So this is what makes your truck famous.
It's not famous yet.
It's
But you know, I would say the beef and potato is really what keeps me in business. I mean, it's just great. I have eaten a lot of them, like a crazy amount of them. So I think something that makes the empanadas different that I do is I do the toppings on top. One, so that you know which one's which, and two, so like basically every topping that I think of, or like the sauces I put on top, is something that's really going to go super well with what's inside. So for example, like the vegetarian one, I'm doing a little bit of my chimichurri on that, which is 100% make it myself. Green. And basically it's kind of like a rosemary chimichurri. It's got fresh rosemary, cilantro, garlic. It has a little bit of red pepper flakes in there, fresh lemon juice, extra virgin olive oil. What else did I put in there? A little bit of thyme. So it's like majority of this is just all blended fresh herbs. This is the basis of Puerto Rican cooking.
Sofrito is the basis of all Latin cooking.
It is so good. And this is actually the sofrito that we make. Puerto Rican sofrito is a little bit different. Yep.
Yeah.
So we do a blend of red bell peppers, green bell peppers. I do red and white onion just for the color and also the flavor. We do a little bit of cilantro, extra virgin olive oil, fresh garlic, and we're here some poppins.
Talking to you.
Hello, little guy. You ready? Woohoo! You can tell this one's got a little cheesiness action going to it. So we'll do a little bit of that, and shaboom. Do you have spoons? So we got guava barbecue in the back, so I'm gonna go ahead and top it with our guava barbecue sauce. You can kind of see a little bit of them onions going on in there. After that, we're hitting the veggie here in the middle with our house-made chimichurri, that rosemary chimichurri. And again, what's inside the veggie is going to be caramelized peppers and onions, some mozzarella cheese, and oven-roasted tomatoes, topped with the chimichurri.
This is just torture right now.
It smells good, doesn't it?
It smells unbelievable.
So then we got the sofrito right here. Oh, shoot. One thing I forgot to mention about this sofrito, actually, one of the most important things that's so freaking hard to find in Charleston to put inside is called recao. Recao is an herb that's very similar to cilantro, but it has a ever so slightly different flavor profile. You know how some people have that thing with cilantro where they can't have it because it tastes like soap? I have noticed that people who have that and they also try the recao is different. It's a different story.
Really?
I think that, you know, maybe for some people it works like that, but for the most part, if you're like that and you want to try cilantro and you want to enjoy it, try it out. Just good luck finding it. They have it at Asian markets sometimes.
The one over there by Sherwin-Williams, probably?
Is that off of...
On Rivers?
Yeah, H&L Market.
Yeah, the one right there by 526 in Rivers? Yeah.
H&L Market, and then also the Saigon Market here in Charleston has it as well.
Okay.
Yep. Cool. Yeah. So these are the empanadas. These are just a couple of them. We have like 8 different kinds of empanadas on our trailer.
Drip too hard, don't stand too close, you gon' around and drown. Off this way, doing all these shows. I've been on the road, I don't care where I go, as long as I get paid. Bad little vibe, she been on my mind. Soon as I get back, she can slay. Do this all the time.
Or you want to hold off?
Let's do that out there.
Do it outside?
That's where it'll make it.
All right. Where? Oh yeah. So we'll go ahead and take that first one here. This is going to be our carne babas.
Look at that.
Oh yeah. So I actually am I really like using the best ingredients I can. So inside here, you're gonna find obviously fresh bell peppers and certified Angus beef because I don't mess around. Certified. All right, this one's gonna be great. This one's gonna have that nice little cheese pull to it.
Oh, here we go. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
cheese pull.
Ooh, yeah. Look at that. Woo! Super good. And then last but not least, this one's actually my favorite that I've made, the guava barbecue with that slowly roasted pulled pork. So good. Caramelized peppers and onions in there.
Ooh.
If you're gonna try one, you should try this one.
If you're gonna try one, are you kidding me?
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna try.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh wow.
Yeah. A little sweet, a little savory.
Mm-hmm. No, that's delicious.
Thank you. 12 hours in the oven overnight. And then like the dough is nice and flaky and crispy, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And then of course you gotta try the beef one, which is our most classic one that everyone loves. So word.
That's the beef.
Yes. Add avocado on it, that would be awesome. It would be fire.
His MO is avocado on everything.
Okay.
His website service is avocado. Like the name has avocado.
Oh my gosh. Avocado's pretty good. It's great for you too.
Mm-hmm.
And I brought all the stuff for some good mofongo too. Do you want a Sprite?
I'm good, thank you.
Okay, word. I'm gonna have a Sprite.
Yeah, have a Sprite.
Awesome.
How much does that sell for?
The empanadas? Empanadas are $6.50 each. There's about 2.5 to 3 ounces of filling in each empanada. Not that I need to justify the price. The quality of the ingredients and the time spent is there. But they're $6.50 a la carte, or you can do like a mini meal. It's one empanada with a side of grandma's rice and beans. That's going to be $12. It's a fat side of rice and beans. You can do a double up, which is 2 empanadas and any side. So we also do like tostones, amarillos, arroz con habichuela. We do French fries, croquettes, or you could do 3. And I also do like a family style like plate. It's called the fiesta platter, and it comes with 5. You get bolitas de mofongo, and you also get tostones and amarillos. So it's like 5 huge empanadas and like a bunch of plantains for $50 to share. So
They've heard it. They've actually heard it even as recent as today.
yeah.
So Mofongo, I was in Bayamon. I think we actually went to Old San Juan though when I had my first plate of Mofongo.
Mm-hmm.
And I have an Italian last name, so I was a little cocky because they go, "Do you like garlic?" And I go, "Of course. I got a last name that starts in a vowel, ends in a vowel. It's got a couple vowels in between. Yes, I love garlic."
Yeah.
I did not realize how much Puerto Ricans
Love garlic.
That was a miserable night.
Oh no.
Like, it was delicious, but
But the rest of the night, your mouth
it was just
was
so much garlic. My gut, everything was like, that was overwhelming. So it was a little bit relieving to see
I'm not even going to use the whole thing.
that.
Yep.
Because I was like, how much garlic is she going to be bringing aboard?
Well, one thing that's a little bit different about the mofongo that I make is I use a blend of fresh garlic, and I also have roasted garlic. So the roasted garlic is completely like, it's more of a, it's not sweet, but it's more of like a umami kind of flavor to it. It's still garlicky, but you get a little bit of that like creamy texture for that as well when you mash the plantains. So it helps with not being so like astringent with the garlic, the fresh garlic a little bit, because it's cut in half with that roasted garlic. But yeah, so it's like a pretty even kind of garlic taste, I guess is what you would say. All right, so
Twinsel's down in Florida. Twinsel, I was trying to get her to buy a t-shirt off of my website.
Oh, okay.
And she said she's in, was it Crystal River, just there north of Tampa? She's like, I can't buy that t-shirt. You wanna know why she can't buy the t-shirt?
What does it say?
So I made this sticker into a t-shirt. And she's like right there in the heart of Manatee country.
Oh my God.
So we did.
Well, it makes sense.
No, I'm talking about this.
Oh.
I'm not even getting censored because Dwinzel won't buy this t-shirt. But I did because she's like, we have a life-size manatee statue right there in our town.
Oh, and it says we missed it, so it probably, yeah. All right, cool. Awesome.
So it was like, I asked her, I said, well, if I was to send you a t-shirt you can put on that manatee statue, what size is it? She immediately goes 5XL. I'm like, so you've put t-shirts on that statue before.
Yeah.
If you know what size t-shirt it takes to go on that statue.
Yeah.
Like right off the rip.
Well, I guess I'll start making mofongo then, yeah?
Okay.
All right, cool. So mofongo is actually something we're pretty popular for in Charleston. I feel like we're the only ones that keep it on their menu like all the time. Mofongo is green plantains. We get them while they're as green as can be. We peel them and we cut them into chunks like about this big, about an inch or so. And so what we do with them now is we'll take them inside. We're going to fry them until they're cooked all the way. While they're frying, which probably takes about 6 minutes or so, we're going to be getting our little mixture ready, which is what I smash the mofongo with, because if you try to smash just the plantain, it's going to be really dry, and that's not the texture that you look for a mofongo. So, I guess we'll bring our plantains. So, roughly for the mofongo, for the size, how I do it on the truck is I'll typically measure a pint container. I forgot a pint container, so we're going to pretend like this is half of a quart container that we're going to be rocking with. And basically we'll pop these suckers in. Make sure it's hot. I lowered it earlier. Yeah, we're good to go. Well, I guess while that's rolling, we're going to start our steak too. This is actually some roasted garlic oil I have. What I do with obviously I have some of that roasted garlic I was talking about earlier that I use for the mixture for the mofongo. And so instead of getting rid of all this delicious flavor from the extra virgin olive oil I roasted the garlic with, I use it to cook. We're going to hit it with garlic infused olive oil. I have a very beautiful piece of skirt steak here that's marinated in some sofrito. She's a beast! So, I'm gonna let this get nice and hot, and we're gonna sizzle it up in that pan. You know what I mean? And this is huge. But I do this like I'm essentially making the same portion that you get on truck. And I'm telling you, it's bad. I swear like a sailor. All right, you can hear that sizzle. She getting hot. Specifically with skirt steak, you got this side here. It's got all that fattiness on it. You got this side here that's even worse. We're gonna go for the side that's prettier. Because whenever you sear stuff, you always go presentation side down. Ooh, I touched the pan. Fun.
Yeah, that'll burn.
So then, after we get this skirt steak all nice and pretty, right before I go to flip it, I add in our mushroom mix.
Every other night another movie get made. Drip too hard, don't stand too close. You gon' fuck around and drown. Out this way, doing all these shows. I've been on the
I'm gonna let that get nice and hot. And so while that's resting, we're gonna check our plantains to see if they're ready to be smashed. So, to do that, I try to find the largest plantain that's in the group. And what you're gonna do is just take whatever you got here, you're gonna cut it in half. This is obviously nowhere near done. And why? Because everything in the inside is gonna be this color here. It's hard on the inside, it's still raw. So basically once everything is cooked, I'll show you what it looks like when it's good to go. So I'm gonna take this outside and set this mofongo mix. Little Food Network magic action. That's what I call when I have like stuff already ready and I'm like, I had like, first you're going to put it in the oven, and then they already pull one out, and they're like, but I made this yesterday. Yeah, so little Food Network magic. If it wants to open on me, that'd be great. So this is a mixture of butter, roasted garlic puree, and adobo. And so this right here for us is garlicky. I'm not going to lie, so I'm sorry about that. But
that's going to be just fine.
It's going to be great. So I'm just going to use a little bit, since we're just making one mofongo here. Use just a little bit, maybe a little bit more for that. Because also, you have to remember, we got the roasted garlic that's coming from the butter. So that's going to go right into the macojete. That's like pretty smashed, right? So then I'm gonna take roughly, I've done this a bunch of times, so it's gonna be easier the more you do it, but I basically know how much of this butter I need to use. So I'd say it's about like 2.25 tablespoons of the butter mix that I have. And we're just gonna get that ready for our plantains to bake. All right, so steak is resting. Plantain mix has been made. And now...
Oh, we about to see what is it done, you think?
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10, it's done.
I'm going to tell you guys a pro tip about mofongo too. So I just pulled these out of the fryer. I stick them in the macojete and I wait and let them steam up against each other so that the outside isn't as crispy. And what that's going to do is just help my arm a little when I go to smash it. It's going to make it a little bit easier for me. So we'll let that rest just for a moment here, and I'll get a little bit more organized. Word. So now what we're going to do is we're going to smash her up. So you just want to keep smashing until you get to the point, splash zone. You want to keep smashing until you get to the point until it kind of like starts to form that ball on its own. All right, so as it starts to pick itself off of the corners, we're gonna start to form the mofongo. So I always give it a good scraping because you don't want none of this goodness to go to waste. You will go around town. Bring it around town, right? It's smooth, she's gorgeous. She's got that lovely texture. That's like perfect for mofongo, in my opinion. Any Puerto Ricans out there say different. I don't know, your mama don't know how to cook.
Careful. Puerto Ricans stab each other over less.
Huh?
I said y'all stab each other over less.
Oh, we will. I'm just looking for my little quart container I may have stuck somewhere else.
Your little
quart? Boom. Got it. Bonked. All right, so typically I have a pint container to help me form this, but we're rocking with a quart today. You can use anything, really, as long as you can get it out. So I'm smashing her down and smoothing her out. If we were doing a mofongo relleno, which is a stuffed mofongo, we'll take the pilon here and we'll smash a hole inside. So I guess we're going to do that. So that's how you get the filling on the inside. So we're going to go ahead and take the skirt steak. And this is the grain here. If you're familiar with skirt steak, you know you want to cut against the grain. So we're just going to go ahead and give her a nice little slicey dice. I like to throw it back into the pan when I'm stuffing the mofongo itself. And I get it all mixed in there with all them goodies, those peppers, onions, mushrooms. Tossing it right back in there. Removing the glove. Tossing the glove. I'm just going to mix it all up in together. Slide it right into that hole. That's what she said.
Crazy.
All right. And then we're gonna flip her. So typically this is where the pie container that's about half of the size comes in handy. Because when I go to flip this, it's all gonna go poop to the bottom. And I'm just gonna hope and pray that the mofongo itself lands on top of all the filling. You see? So we're just gonna do a little culinary coverage here, right? So you see it's smooth. That's the perfect thing. You see a lot of cracks in your mofongo, it's gonna be dry. That's all I'm gonna say. We're gonna finish it off here. I'm having so much fun doing this. And that's not the best part.
That's not the best part?
No. The best part is the chimichurri, the pickled onions. And we're gonna add some of these delicious tomatoes on top. So the tomatoes, the chimichurri, and the pickled red onions are really gonna help cut with the acidity, it's really gonna help cut that umami from the mushrooms and that fattiness from the steak in the mofongo. So this is like a super, super well-balanced, this is my baby mofongo right here. I love her. And do a little bit of pickled red onions right on top as well. Is the mofongo. Check it.
What are we doing, dude? Just coming in?
Yeah, go for it. You can destroy the whole thing.
Smash her down.
Oh yeah.
Man, she's crying over there. You can't see her crying. I just destroyed her creation. Come on, Derek. I hate it for y'all. I hate it for y'all that you can't try that thing. That is delicious.
Thank you.
Freaking crushed it.
Appreciate it.
That is delicious. Yeah, y'all are missing out.
You gotta try it with the plantain.
Yeah, I barely got any of that.
Mofongo's tricky though. It's hard for me to teach it to other people because I have to have like a lot of them go out at one time because it can be a little too dry, it can be a little too moist, but like very happy with the texture and the consistency of how this one came out. Most of the time they come out like this, so yeah, most. If not, I have to redo it, and I will redo it because it has to be perfect every time, but yeah.
Beautiful height, no broken sauce, 5 stars, colorful, wow. Yeah.
Thank you.
Even with it right there, with how I tore into it, it still looks damn good.
Eat with everything. Go get some plantains. You got to. But is this as garlicky as the last one you had?
No, this is delicious.
Nice and balanced?
I'm not going to regret this one.
Good. Makes me happy.
Do the treasure chest. Is this it over here, right?
I do, yeah.
Yeah. So let's go ahead.
Awesome.
And let me find something to get you to sign it.
Oh, cool, yeah. I just sign it?
Sign one of them.
Okay. I'm going to do the hot tomato summer. I feel like that's going to come out.
Sign the bill?
Yeah. Cool. Ooh.
So you're doing a Duke's Hot Tomato Summer Special.
Uh-huh.
What are you doing?
So that is actually going to be a pernil sandwich, so slowly roasted pulled pork. That's like our bread and butter right there. It's on pan sobao, which is a Puerto Rican sweetbread. I call it like if a hoagie and a Mallorca had a baby, kind of like that. So it's like, they actually come like this big, but it's a very airy, slightly sweet bread. So it's coming with that, sriracha mayo, obviously fresh local tomatoes, the pulled pork, and what else I put on there? I had something else on there that just made it like pop, but I can't remember right now off the top of my head. It might be either the pineapple jalapeno sauce straight, but the restaurants buy them up. That's a fact. Mm-hmm. That's my fault. You can't find any plantains. I got them all.
All right, so we're going to put that stuff in the chest.
Awesome. The hot tomato summer. Ooh, I've had this. This is incredible, yeah. Oh, wow, there's Duke's mayo in here, too.
Yeah, you put it right next to Duke's.
Awesome. I got Buena Compañia hat and our shirt as well. Treasure chest.
There pontoons.
When it was what?
When I was on the pontoons, Cam was one of my first customers.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, when we went out there, Cam came up and was like, "I buy a burger off you," and I'm like, "This is no pressure, huh?"
Wow.
Because he does a damn good burger.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay.
That's dope.
But
That's awesome.
yeah. I haven't figured out how to fight the state yet to get it permitted.
Like for selling food on the boat?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, I guess it makes sense for private events and stuff. If people ask you to go out there and do it like that.
Mm-hmm.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I guess that is hard.
Yeah, like it would have to be bigger. I'd pretty much have to build a full kitchen with a 3-well sink and everything.
Yes, you would. Yeah, 100%. Unless you were doing something very simple like cold cuts or sandwiches.
Nobody wants to do something simple because then they go buy a pub sub. Why are they going to buy from you?
Because you're on a boat.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're on a boat.
Mm-hmm.
Go somewhere with a lot of boat traffic that doesn't have, like, not next to the Charleston Crab House. You know. I've never eaten there at the Crab House before.
Really?
Nope, never in my life. So you think that was fine?
That was perfect.
Yeah?
Yeah, you crushed it.
Word. Awesome. Oh my God, yeah, thank you so much. It's so funny because I actually have sun poisoning right now.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I went out, look at that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Sunscreen.
I did it.
You did it, but you didn't.
Exactly. You'd think I'd learn by now. I do not. You are looking for other people though to do this, right?
Yeah, I got a couple more days I need to fill.
Okay, I have a couple people I can recommend that I think they would like.
Okay.
They're other food truck people, but
That's perfect. They're passionate. Food truck people are passionate.
they are. They are. That's for sure.
I mean, because you think about it, right? Like they took everything you got, buried it into a truck.
Uh-huh.
You drive it down the road, hoping that you're going to make your money back and then some.
Yeah.
Like if there's a little bit of, it's a balance between crazy and passion, right?
100%. And I'd say it's about, the balance is like 70-30. Crazy 70.
70?
Yeah. I mean, it's
Well,
definitely.
It's good thing you're Puerto Rican.
Yeah, I would say one of the biggest. There's been like 3 things that have been hard about the food truck.
Yeah.
The first one being, I've had to move commissary kitchens for DHAG. I'm in 4 different. This is my 4th place in 2 years. First one closed down. Moved to into Wind and Waves Brewing. Still go there every Saturday. And then after that, we moved into Brew Lab, where I signed a year-long contract. And then they got bought out 2 months after I was there. And so they gave me the boot. I just moved into our newest commissary kitchen, Ghost Kitchen off of Dorchester.
Yeah.
That was June 18th. So boom, boom,
So
boom,
just a
boom.
month.
And then one thing specifically food related is like I have had multiple people come to the food truck and be like, oh, tú no eres de la isla, entonces tú no eres boricua. Like, you're not from the island, so you're not Puerto Rican, right? That is 100% what I have been told like my whole life. Is like I'm too white for Hispanic people and I'm too brown for white people, you know, because I'm Puerto Rican born in the States. So people have a lot of issues with that I'm not born on the island.
It's funny because like...
But they come back and they buy my food.
Yeah. Well,
That's the best part.
Puerto Ricans are going to talk shit regardless.
Uh-huh.
Especially to other Puerto Ricans.
Yeah.
Like my former business partner, his wife, she's Galician from Spain, but raised in Bayamon. And her family's in Bayamon, her brother's in Bayamon, all that stuff. But it's funny because it's like the one daughter, Pepe, like loves the sun, embraces tan, and then Allie is like pale. She looks like a Galician, the jet black hair, but you know, but white.
Yeah.
And it's so funny to see the difference between just the sisters.
It's like my brother. Like you can see like there's definitely choice that is presented to you when you're given like in that situation.
And some of it's like my brothers, like they have more of the olive complexion than I do. Complexion wise, I've got I'm American, so I've got, like, I'm a mutt. I'm Irish, Italian, German, and Greek. Mostly Irish and Italian, but there's a little bit of German and a little bit of Greek in there.
Yeah.
And it's funny, like, the brothers have more of the olive tone on their skin. Where, like, me, if I get color, it's only because I'm outside.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm inside for the winter, I go pale. And, like, they will stay olive.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it's just genetics.
Oh, I get white as hell in the in the winter time.
Yeah.
I do. But catch me in the summer, that's the only time I look Puerto Rican. Yep.
Let's put that in.
I will tell the gorditas locas about this.
Okay.
They're amazing.
Gorditas.
She does insane birria. Like, we do collaborations with her, and we do like a birria empanada.
Okay.
And dip it in like consomme and everything. It's, oh my God, dude, this stuff is so good. So good.
Now, I know it's just a side. Because I love street corn so much, I want somebody to come out and do
She has street corn.
Okay.
She's got street corn. She can do probably street corn and like some tacos because they mostly work off a flat top. I saw you have one of those in there. So yeah, their street corn's fire too. They do it fresh all the time, like 100% fresh. Yep, I help them prep occasionally. I actually go around to multiple different trucks and just help them out.
Because I'm competing with him if I start.
Well.
If I start selling on the water, I'm competing with them.
Compete with them. Why not?
Their barrier of entry would then be just, okay, let's not let them have a commissary kitchen.
Yeah, but if you get this set up to the point where you can make it like that, then you just get this licensed as a commissary kitchen and it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You just need like
Really, it would need to be set up to where I can't, like, because right now I got a lot of space used so I can live on it.
Yeah.
And it would need to be set up to where I can't live on it because I'd have to give that space up.
100%, yeah.
You know, and if I did that, it'd be fine to sell. But then, like right now, the goal, like for me and the channel, is I want to be able to take this show on the road, and I want to be able to go cook in Hilton Head with some chefs, or go cook in Georgetown with some chefs, and bounce around a little bit and cook with different chefs, like Savannah.
Yep.
You know, it's another culinary scene right down the river. It would take me a day to get there, and then you just cook with chefs.
That's awesome.
But I got to get either sponsors for that, or I got to get YouTube making money.
Yeah. Oh, that's crazy, though. I think it's a very unique thing. I think you can definitely... People make money on YouTube. They get it from views, you know?
Yeah, I just got to start getting views.
Well... I feel like you're doing the right thing. You're building organically. You're having local people come in. They have, I don't have a huge following, but I have some, you know?
Yeah.
So, like, over time, it will come.